Now we will see third problem, to sum. We'll be discussing this problem now. This is also part of arrays and hashing. Now what is the problem statement? Okay, you are given an integer array called nums, an integer called target. You must find two different elements in the array whose values add up to the target. Return the indices of those two elements. You may assume that every input has exactly one output. You cannot use the same array element twice. The order of the returned indices does not matter. Now, for example, input is 2, 7, 11 and 15. The target is 9. So the output is 0, 1. It means what? 7 plus 2 is equal to 9. This is what the meaning of this thing is. Now explanation. The values of at indices 0 and 1 are nums 0 is equal to 2, nums 1 is equal to 7. Now their sum is 2 plus 7 equal to 9. Since 9 is the target, we return 0, 1. So this is what we have to do. So we will be given a input array nums and we will have a target. We have to find out the indices. Understanding the problem clearly. The problem does not ask us to return two numbers, okay? It asks us to return their indices. For example, nums 2, 7, 11, 15. The array can be represented as 0th index has 2, 1 has 7, 2 has 11 and 3 has 15 value. The two required values are 2 and 7, but the answer is 0, 1 because 2 is at index 0 and 7 is at index 1. Okay, this is what it is. Now fundamentals required. Array index. Every element in the array has a position called as an index. Python uses zero based indexing, which means indexing start from 0. Nums 2, 7, 11, 15. Therefore nums 0 is equal to 2, nums 1 equal to 7, nums 2 equal to 11 and nums 3 equal to 15. I hope this is well understood. Right, complement. Now for every current number we calculate the value required to reach the target. This required value is sometimes called as the complement or the diff. The formula is required value is equal to target minus current number. For example, target is equal to 9, current number is 7, then the required value is 9 minus 7 is equal to 2. Now this concept will be using in this problem, so that's why I am just explaining it as a prerequisite. Hash map or dictionary. A Python dictionary stores information as key value pairs. Number, index. For example, premap is like 2071. What it means is 2 appears 0 times and 7 appears 1 times, or the number 2 appeared at index 0 or 7 appeared at index 1. This is what it means. A dictionary allows us to check whether the number exists very quickly. For example, if 2 in premap, this checks whether 2 has already been stored in the dictionary. I hope till here it is well understood. Now let us move ahead. The enumerate function. The enumerate function gives us both the index of an element and the value of the element. For example, nums is equal to 2, 7, 11 and 15. Okay, for I comma n in enumerate nums, what actually this means, for I comma n in enumerate nums, print I comma n. If this is what it is, it means 0 has 2, the 0th value, 0th index has 2 value, 1th index has 7, 11, 2 has 11 and 3 has 15th value. I hope this is well understood, and that's what this code means. Here I represents the index and n represents the number at that index. Now the main idea of the solution. We traverse the array from left to right. For each number, calculate the number needed to reach the target. Check whether that number, that required number has already appeared. If it has appeared, then return its index, the current index. Otherwise, store the number and the index in the dictionary. The important equation is previous number plus current number is equal to target. This is very important. And rearranging the same equation, previous number is equal to target minus current number. This is what the code calculates. Diff is equal to target minus. Why we store previously seen numbers? Suppose 2, 7, 11 and 15, target is 9. When we see 2, we need 7 so that we can get the target. However, 7 has not been visited yet. Correct, right? Now, therefore, we store 2 at index 0. When we later see 7, we calculate 9 minus 7 is equal to 2. We check whether 2 has previously been stored. it was stored at index 0. The current value of the current index of 7 is 1. Therefore, the answer is 0, 1. I hope this is very well understood. This itself solves the problem completely for you. We will see it once again. Now suppose nums is equal to 2, 7, 11 and 15. Okay, the target is 9. So now first we see 2. When we see 2, we need 7, correct, right? Because 2 plus 7 is equal to 9. However, 7 has not been visited yet. So what we do, therefore we store 2 at index 0. When we see 7, we calculate 9 minus 7 is equal to 2. Now we check whether 2 was previously stored. It was stored at index 0. So the current index of 7 is 1. Therefore the answer is 0, 1. I hope this is well understood. This is a simple question, but until and unless we don't understand this, then I think we'll not understand the problem. Just like we have started a dictionary by name premap for I comma n in enumerate nums, diff is equal to target minus n. If diff is already in premap, then return premap of diff comma I, else premap of n is equal to I. What does this mean? This means this. I will explain it once again. If suppose we have nums 2, 7, 11 and 15, the target is equal to 9. Okay, when we see 2, what we have understood is like we need 7 so that we can make it 9, but 7 we have not yet visited 7. So however, 7 has not yet been visited. Now therefore we store 2 index 2 at index 0. Now when we later see 7, we calculate 9 minus 7 is equal to 2. Now we check whether 2 was previously stored. Yes, it was stored at index 0. Therefore, if we take the value which is at index 0 and if we take the value which is at index 1, we get the desired target. So this is what this code is about. I will quote it in lead code. I will say premap is equal to this I comma n for enumerate nums, diff is equal to target minus n, if diff in premap of diff comma I, else premap of n is equal to I. This is what it is. Let's see, run the code. Yes, it has been accepted, and now let's submit the code. Now it has been accepted. So I hope the question is understood. Yeah, thank you very much.